Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I Muhammad Ammar bin Masdi and my partner Ikram bin Abdul Karim from AC10. Today we would like to present about Assertion and specifically about existence. Assertion are claims that establish whether financial statements are true or fairly represent in process of auditing. What is important of assertion? Assertion are an important aspect of auditing since financial statement cannot be held as a lie detector test to determine whether they are factual or not. Other methods must be used to establish the truth of financial statement. Assertions are defined as a statement that is believed to be true by the speaker. An assertion can be anything, for example, I assert the fundamental value investing in is the best investing philosophy. However, it is difficult to measure whether the statement is indeed true. Primarily, with financial statement, it is difficult to determine what financial information is free from material misstatement. There are two aspects to material misstatement. Surely, material play a large role. However, how to measure what information is true and fair or misstated is equally important. Assertion play a role in determining what is true and fair when auditing financial record. Okay, what is assertion in auditing? Assertion are characteristics that need to be tested to ensure the financial record and disclosed are correct and appropriate. If assertion are all met for relevant transaction or balance, financial statement are appropriately recorded. In fact, International Financial Reporting Standard (IFRS) are set of accounting standard issued by the International Accounting Standard Board (IASB) and the IFRS Foundation aim toward providing a common set of accounting rules that are consistent, transparent, and comparably internationally. IFRS developed ISA 315, which include categories and examples of assertion that may use to test financial records. There are two types of assertion, each of which related to different events. For the first one, transaction level assertion. Transaction level assertion are made in relation of classes of transaction, such as revenue, expenses, dividend payment, and anything else. There are 5 levels of assertion transaction. For the first one, occurrence. Second one, completeness, accuracy, cut off, and for the last one, clarifications. For the second one is account balance assertion. Account balance assertion apply to balance sheet items such as assets, liability, and shareholders' equity. There are 4 types of account balance assertion. It is existence, completeness, by an obligation, and valuations. For the third one is presentation of disclosure assertion. It is the third assertion type that can fall under both transaction levels assertion and account balance assertion. It related to presentation and disclose of financial statement. There are 4 types of presentation and disclose assertion. For the first one is accuracy and valuation. For the second one, clarification and understandability. For the third one, completeness. And the last one is occurrence. That's all for what is assertion. For the next one, I want to specifically to talk about my topic is assertion. Assertion is under account balance assertion. Assertion is existence is this assertion is used as if the asset of liability being recorded are really existing at the reporting dates. For example, there are inventories record in the financial statement. There are procedure that use to assess if the inventory are really existed at the current at the reporting dates by the management or auditor are inventories count of observation. There is a fair amount of duplication in type of association across three categories. However, each association type is intent for a different aspect of financial statement, which is first set related to income statement. The second one is set off balance sheet, and the third one is set to the accompanying disclosure. If the auditors is unable to obtain a letter containing management association for the senior management of the clients, the auditor is likely to proceed the audit activities. One reason for not proceeding with an audit is the inability to obtain a management association letter could be indicator that management has engaged in fraud in proceeding the financial statement. Then that's all for me. I would like to give Ikram to state about real audit scandal about Assistant. Thank you.
Alright. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ikram Aiman bin Abdul Karim, and I will continue the presentation with a real case scandal. PwC sued for record $5.5 billion for negligence in mortgage fraud case. World's biggest financial services firm accused of negligence for failing to spot multi-billion-dollar fraud over 7 years. PwC failed to spot for 7 years a multi-billion-dollar fraud that led to damage of Taylor Bean, Whitaker Mortgage Corporations, a lawyer for a lender bankruptcy trustee, told a Miami jury on Tuesday. At issue is PwC work for Colonial Bank, which bought mortgage that Taylor Bean originated. Had PwC adequately vetted documents that Taylor Bean gave to the bank, it would have spotted a multi-year fraud by executives at both firms far earlier and put an end to it, the trustee claims. Instead, federal regulator uncovered it in 2009 and Taylor Bean and Colonial went bankrupt. The bankruptcy trustee sued in 2013 seeking $5.6 billion in damages. Year after year, Pricewaterhouse didn't do their job. They didn't follow the rules and they failed to detect the fraud, said Stephen Thomas, an attorney for the trustee, said in opening statement. There have been several suits stemming from the financial crisis in which bankruptcy trustees, sorting through the remains of firms that collapsed due to fraud, have gone after auditors, saying they failed in their roles as watchdog. Telebean's accountant, Deloitte, settled similar allegation by the trustee 3 years ago for an undisclosed amount. This isn't for the first time PwC has been accused for negligence. Last year, the firm agreed to pay $6.5 million to settle similar claims tied to collapse of MF Global. PwC maintains it complied with auditing standard in the Telebean case and accused the mortgage issuer of being responsible for its own losses. Remember, Telebean owner has and half of its board of directors were criminal, said Biftanis, an attorney for accounting firm, told jury they didn't rely on Pricewaterhouse audit report because they knew about the fraud they were committing, said Telebean. Once the 12th biggest US mortgage lender collapsed after federal regulator uncovered a $3 billion scheme involving fake mortgage assets. 6 Telebean executives were convicted and jailed for their role in the fraud, including former chairman Lee Farkas, who has sentenced to 30 years in prison. Beginning in 2002, Farkas sent mortgage data to Colonial Bank for loans that didn't exist or that Telebin had already committed or sold to other investors. By the end of 2007, the scheme, which involved executives at Colonial Bank, consisted about 1.5 billion in fake or severely impaired residential mortgage loan. PwC allegedly failed to spot the fraud when it audited the books of Colonial's parent, Colonial Bank Group, even though Telebin was bank's largest client and a stakeholder in PwC's audit according to the court document. PwC allegedly certified the fake mortgage asset as true sales to Colonial and tried to cover up its negligence when federal regulator questioned the accounting according to the paper. Colonial Bank, which became the sixth biggest bank failure in US history, cost the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation insurance fund about $4.2 billion. The judge overseeing this case ruled last year that a jury should determine whether or not plaintiff damages are warranted to punish PwC based on allegation of gross negligence and intention misconduct. That's all from us. Thank you.